right, welcome everybody. Here we are for some more yoga. Let's go ahead and have a seat. First off, you can have a seat, but and you may want to pause the video if you're watching the video. But you want to have a foam block or a towel. You could fold up a towel. Somebody else is using a yoga mat because we're going to use it for extra added intensity for some of these balance exercises that we're going to do today. All right, so take a second, make sure you got one of those things and we'll get set here. All right, we'll start with meditation and we'll get right in on some stretching, stand up and do some balance work and some poses. Go ahead and open up, take some deep breaths. Send the breath down deep in the belly. Think of it as belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, meaning that you're in an exhale and you feel the diaphragm contracting and the belly coming in. And then inhale, feel the belly expanding out as you inhale. You can exhale a little longer and you'll really feel the diaphragm contracting more. And then inhale, just opening up. So just take some nice, long, deep breaths. And just kind of meditate on your breathing a little bit. Taking 2 more deep breaths. Okay, so let's go ahead and scoot up here. And we're going to start with shoulder rolls, curving the spine. Taking deep breaths in as you come up. And exhale. And other direction. So today we'll be working with some sort of cushion or rolled up towel to work our balance a little bit more. But another thing I should mention is that I usually wear shoes for the classes, but you could also practice without your shoes on. Since we're all kind of home alone, you don't have to worry about what people think of your feet and all that. A lot of times people have foot issues and it's not wise to take the shoes off. But whatever's best for you, to try it without your shoes on too. Good, inhale, reach up. And then reach up and over. So in karate, you always had a uniform and you practice with your uniform on and you're usually barefoot, all that sort of thing. But really when you get into a confrontation, usually you're not barefoot and usually you wouldn't have your uniform on the other side. So it was always good for us to practice with our shoes on. It's kind of the opposite. We get our shoes on or something similar actually, but we get our shoes on and get your coat on and all that sort of stuff. Make it a little more realistic. Push out, curve your back. I guess my point is that you don't always have your shoes on. And so it's good to practice your balance with your shoes on and with your shoes off. To the side, take a deep breath. And other side. Good, and then we're gonna cross the leg, either low or high. And keep your back straight, leaning forward. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Relaxing into the stretch. And then hugging up, pulling the leg across if you can. Also coming here is just fine too, whatever's best. And you could turn the opposite direction, so you pull across and then turn the other way with your head. Take 2 breaths. Sitting up nice and tall will stretch even more in the hip. And then relax. Let's go ahead and just switch sides. Keeping the back straight, leaning forward. Good, and then pull the leg across, hugging up, turning the head to the side, and then good posture. Take a couple breaths. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and face the side here. And we'll go one leg back, reaching up, taking a couple nice deep breaths there. And then bring both feet to the side. Good posture, rotating back. Grab the chair and pull yourself around. Taking a couple breaths. And then back to center. Go ahead and just relax here first. Take a deep breath. And then twisting, looking behind you. Other side. Excellent. Then we'll face the other side here. One leg back, stretching the hip flexor, really opening up. A lot of times we're leaning down this way. We're just going to open it up, reaching up with the hand, taking some nice deep breaths. And relax, bringing both feet to the side. good posture, rotate back. And then back to center. All right. Sit back all the way. We're going to do one more stretch and then we'll stand up and work our balance. Grab on to the side of the chair, just stretch the neck. Let gravity do the work. Really relax. Take a couple breaths. Take your head down a little bit. And then another side. Ear to shoulder. Take your head down a little bit. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and stand up and get out your towel, or, and you don't have to have anything, especially if you already have a tough time as it is without anything, then you definitely don't need to add anything. But I have this mat here. It's Pro Source Fit is where it comes from. If anybody wants to know. We're gonna stand on it. These pads are like $30. You know, you could probably come up with your own little foam memory pad thing, a similar deal. So I don't necessarily recommend you go out and spend $30 on a pad. It's just that I use it all day long with different people and stuff like that. But hey, if you really want to, you could. So let's go ahead and just start with whatever you got here. It could also be a rolled up towel, where you might just fold up a towel. I also have a pillow, for example, that's not too fat. And I'm just going to start with tree pose. And just standing on my deal here and make sure everything's legit. Don't want to fall and cause a problem. And just work your tree pose. You can definitely hold on to something if it's increasing the intensity. And just take a couple deep breaths. Take one more breath. And relax. Good. So if that was too intense, you might change what you're doing. You could roll your towel up differently. I'm just going to switch sides here. Whatever it takes. All right. So here we go. I'm just going to do the other side. We're going for about 20 to 30 seconds, taking a couple deep breaths. One more breath. And relax. Good, then adjust whatever you have so that it's behind you, and we're going to be going up to the balls of the feet. So you might change how you fold your towel or roll it up. This is a pretty easy one in terms of not falling in any one direction but forward. So you want to be behind your chair, probably up to the balls of the feet. And you could always start without some sort of block under there and then rewatch the video and do it again with something a little harder and more challenging. Or you could do it barefoot or with your shoes on if you've been doing it barefoot. Maybe get some high heels on. See how that goes. Let's try not to, no, actually, that's good. We won't go there. Take 2 more breaths. And relax. But it did make me think about how having high heels is almost like balancing anyways, in that certain, or I imagine that's what it's like. So. Okay, so let's go to the other side. And I'm gonna make, if you have something, you might make it long. My pad's kind of square, long or short, so I'll say long end. And we're gonna do a tandem balance next. 1 foot in front of the other. You can make it a little wider if you want less intensity. Good, and then if that's enough, then you can just stick with that. But if you want more, you could do the hands in and out, looking at them. Do about 5 times each arm. That's it. 1 more here. And relax. Good, now you can switch sides, but I think we don't necessarily need to. I'm just gonna switch feet. The other foot's in front. Find your balance first, and that might be enough, especially if you got a rolled up towel or something that's pretty challenging. But as you can see, you can kind of increase your density. Let's start adding the hands. But don't overdo it. We've got a weekend ahead of us, at least when we're recording the video, we do. Maybe you don't at the moment. You always have a weekend ahead of you, I guess. One more of these. And you can look at that hand each time. Go ahead and relax. Okay, let's set that up for just a moment. We will come back to it and do some more things later, some more balance work. I want to get into some warrior poses. So starting with just stepping out, reaching up, warrior 1. Take some deep breaths. One more breath, deep in the belly. Reach up and back. And relax. Good. Feet together, just side to side. And then reach up and over, take the hips to the side and the arms to the other side. Or the hand to the other side. Take 2 deep breaths. All right, other side, push the hips, reach up and over. And then relax. Okay, we're gonna go to downward dog and then we'll repeat the warrior 1 on the other side. Downward dog first. Stretch it all out. And relax. Stepping forward with the other foot now, warrior 1 on the other side, reaching up with both hands. So this foot can pretty much be flat on the floor facing toward the corner, reaching up. Now another version of warrior 1 can be more on the ball of the foot reaching up. So whatever you prefer, but I like this one. Take some deep breaths. One more breath. And relax. Rotate. Turn the toes in a little bit. Make sure you don't hit the chair. And just let the arms be free. And then relax. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, slowly coming down like a slow moving chair pose. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale. Maybe even an airplane pose, reaching back. And then inhale, reaching up. We go up to the balls of the feet. And then come back down. Sit back with it. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. So you should feel the weight going back right onto the heels. Just watch out. You don't want to fall backwards. Inhale, reach up. Well, you have that chair too. You could hold on, really try to sit back, having that just in case. Let's do about 2 or 3 more. 2 more here. Good, then let's hold the airplane pose, sitting back with it. Taking a few deep breaths, gazing just down in front of you at the floor a little. And relax. Next is warrior 2. You're going to step out with the leg here toward the side, opening up the chest toward the front, and then gazing to the side, pulling the head back, taking a few deep breaths. And then we'll go to a triangle, just reaching up and then reaching back, opening up the chest, taking 2 more breaths. And then relax, straightening this right leg here, reaching up. And relax. So let's go to downward dog again. And then we'll do the other side of those poses. Stretch it out for a couple deep breaths. And then back to center. So let's go ahead and step to the other side. Warrior 2. So you're gonna step to the side, opening up the chest to the front, gazing to the side, pulling the head back, taking just a few deep breaths. And relax. We'll go to a triangle, reaching up and down and reaching back. And then reverse warrior. Scoot the stance up if you need to. Straighten the front leg, reach up and back. and relax. Good. All right, let's get our pad out or whatever you got, your towel. I'm gonna get this pad again out, and I'm gonna start with star pose. Once again, you don't have to add the extra. I actually have a mat here, because of the green screen. There's green mats, and so they make my floor green, and they also give me a little protection. But so it doesn't also have, the neighbors downstairs won't hear as much. Anyway, I always have a bit of a mat that I'm using, but just add your own, whatever you got. Could be a different pair of shoes too. You never know. Like we were talking about with the heels, it might also be like some clunky boots. Try the star pose with your moon boots on. We don't have a lot of moon boots here in Portland, but Spokane, you might have a pair of moon boots. Maybe Colorado. Just hold it, do your best. Take one more deep breath. And relax. Good. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. However you want to arrange it. It'll be nicely folded. All right. For 2 more breaths. All right, good. Give yourself a little break. Just gonna stand behind my chair and reach up. Just like so. Stretching the belly, relaxing the legs. Take a couple deep breaths. Good. So next is going to be warrior 3 with the pad if you have an extra device, towel or something. So warrior 3 is going to be putting the inside leg back. And then you can reach out with one or both hands. You could also have your chair or a wall close by in front of you if you wanted to work this way. That way you could touch if you needed to. You also have the foot close to the ground. Just stay safe. Two more breaths. All right, good. Let's go ahead and switch the legs. Like I said, if it's hard enough without a pad or a towel, you don't need to add that. Here we go, other side, about 3 or 4 deep breaths. One more breath. And relax. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and try the one behind the chair one more time. That's where you're just going to be up to the balls of the feet. Just do your best. About 20 more seconds or 2 good breaths. And relax. Okay, so I'm going to put this back out of the way, and I'm going to do some calf stretching. You can start with your hands on the chair. Sometimes you get a little more leverage to get your heel back so you can get a little more stretch. Let's try that. If you want to work for balance more, you can come to heart center. I'm going to try to stretch a little bit more here. And then we'll switch sides. Don't let that chair get away from you. And relax. The last one for the standing is going to be a straddle stretch, going down as far as you feel comfortable. And take a few deep breaths. And relax. Good, let's go ahead and have a seat. And we're going to start with one foot out. Take a deep breath in and stretch the back of your leg. Okay, rotate that ankle nice and slow, make some circles. Other direction. Try to feel each and every little muscle. Point and flex. And then other leg out. Deep breath in. And just taking some deep breaths there. Go a little further. Could be just pulling your toes back more. And then rotate your ankle very slowly, each every muscle. Other direction. All right, good. Let's go ahead and face the side. One leg back and both hands up this time. Take some deep breaths in the belly. Reach up and back. Good, then back to center. Now we're gonna lean forward. You could even go down toward your ankles. Stretching more. Good, go ahead and roll up. And we'll face the other side. One leg back, both hands up. One more breath. and relax. Back to center. And we're gonna go ahead and do a seated eagle, crossing the legs like so, right leg over the left, and then right hand is gonna be on top, left hand comes in underneath and wraps around. Again, right hand, right leg, left hand underneath. Take some deep breaths. And relax. Good. Go ahead and unwind, open up, pull the fingers down, open the chest. Taking 2 more breaths there. And then we're going to cross the legs over. Take it and bring the left hand would be your left hand on top, right hand underneath, reaching up. Take some deep breath. And then relax. Sitting back all the way. And we're going to start with just looking side to side, but hold for a second each side and kind of pull your head back each time. Relax, pull, relax, pull. This is an exercise that I think it was a doctor or a massage therapist suggested that I do in the morning because I get stiff up in here sometimes. Just looking side to side in the morning would be a good thing. I haven't quite got used to that one, but I do my calf stretches every morning. As I get older, I'll just keep tacking on an exercise every couple of years. But this is definitely my next one. Go ahead and put the head down. The head weighs 8 pounds, so just relaxing it, or some heads weigh a little more than others, yes. Just relaxing it is enough to stretch. So take a deep breath or 2. And relax. That's obviously why we get tense here, is because the head can be a bit of a weight to carry around. Now let's go ahead and open up, take some deep breaths. We'll finish with some meditation. Just focus on the deep breathing like we did at the start. Diaphragmatic belly breathing. Feel the belly coming in as you exhale. You might try to exhale even more and see how far the belly can come in and how much breath you can let out. You always have a little extra air in there. It's called the reserve. See if you can breathe a little more of that out. If you get dizzy, return to normal breath. You don't want to do that. Taking 2 more deep breaths and then we'll close up. Good. Open your eyes, come into heart center. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me once again. I hope you have a pleasant day, and we'll see you next time.